Okay, for our tip of the week this week, we're going to talk about using objects when it comes to interiors. With the Archicad library, the linked library that comes in, has a great supply of objects that we can use. It is a very large list, so I highly recommend using the search function. But there are specialty columns, and as you go up in versions of Archicad, whichever version you're working in right now, these interior objects are getting better and better. With each version of Archicad coming forward from about 23, 24 going up, Graphisoft has put a lot of attention to detail as far as modeling interiors and getting a lot more objects available to help model those interiors. So they have put things in such as crown molding, and it gives you a lot of different profiles when it comes to those. So this could help you if you're not looking for a super complex shape of your finished carpentry or any of your wall extras. You can use these pre-done objects to place in your model and use it that way. It's quicker, but you're not going to get the exact detail that you're looking for. This image here, obviously it's a rendering, but everything in here is modeled with an object. Okay, our paintings here in the back, these are objects. There's a paintings object within Archicad. The couches, the furniture, Archicad with each version is adding more and more furniture and allowing you to customize that furniture a lot more, so you can get more of the exact look. They're really trying to appeal to those interior designers and show how powerful this tool can be to them. And the neat thing about this is, if you're looking at, look at some of these finer details that sometimes go overlooked. Let's take this light, for example. No, that's a bad example because that's been brought in. Let's take a look at these pillows and these blankets. Okay, before, people would bring objects like these in from an outside source, which we all recognize the times when you have to do that. But by doing that, you're bringing in layers, pen sets, and you're creating a poly count that can get very high very quickly depending on the size of your project, and that just slows everything down. Okay, and that all depends on how cleanly these objects were built. And Archicad recognized the objects that were being brought in and how they were muddying the projects, and so they came in and created objects that run smoothly within Archicad to achieve these looks. Okay, so a lot of these things include our couches. We have a large selection of beds, dressers and wardrobes. Okay, and they even got into some of those finer details like blankets. We have clusters of books, carpets, and within the carpets you can choose and upload different designs for those carpets. And all of these, because they're built into Archicad, they are managing that poly count and keeping that poly count low to allow our projects to run the smoothest. But we also have to recognize when we need to bring outside objects in, right? We can't expect Graphisoft to design every little thing that we might need. So we need to take a look at some of these outside sources to get these objects in to achieve the look that we're going for. So the first one that I would suggest is using our BIM components. This is sponsored by Graphisoft, so these work very nicely within Archicad. You can go to the BIM components website itself and search for the objects that you're looking for. Okay, these allow easy integration into Archicad. A lot of times when you're in the search function of your objects, when you're searching for something, you will often, let's say you're looking for a couch, and you just type in couch. The first results you're going to get are going to be couches that already are within the Archicad library. And then the next options you're going to start getting are the ones with this symbol, the internet symbol next to them. Okay, this means that they are objects from the BIM components external library, and we would download and embed them, and we can do that directly from our Archicad project. And this is useful because we don't have to worry about going in and loading the object. It's automatically going to do that for us. But we can also do that from the BIM components website, and then we would load that into our embedded library. Another great source, but you have to be careful with this one, is going to be the 3D warehouse. Okay, this one is sponsored by SketchUp. These are SketchUp items that have been set up to be able to be downloaded as a object. We can bring SKPs into Archicad. The only thing I do tell people to look out for is because these are built in SketchUp, you never know what you're going to get when you bring it in. Okay, you could be bringing in a whole mess of stuff. So it's always nice to take a look at the information that comes. Okay, in here you are going, so this talks about the entire collection, but as you are clicking on these elements, this menu right here is going to change, and it's going to start telling you what the poly count is and all the different components that are going to come in with this project or with this object. So when you bring these objects in, all of the layers, the surfaces, the pens, all of that comes with it, and it can create a lot of trash surfaces, and it can create a very large poly count, which will slow down your project if it's a large project. Okay, we can also create custom objects. If you have a very specific, in this case, railing that you're looking for, you can draft that out using slabs or walls or a morph. Okay, you sketch that out and model it out, and then we save that as an object, or you would save it as a railing panel or whatever that is that you're saving. You could save that from going to File, Libraries and Objects, and Save Selection As. Okay.